Is the Sound Stone better than the EBow, or does it suck? Let's find out. Hey everybody, I'm Bill Vencil. This is Chords of Orion, and over the years I've gotten a lot of questions about the Sound Stone. And actually, Sound Stone, they sent me one a number of years ago, and I never did a review of it because I really didn't like it. But the questions have kept on coming, so I decided to go ahead and buy one so I can do an unbiased review of this device. Okay? So this is basically an EBow clone of sorts. It's very, very much cheaper than the standard EBow. I think as of the shooting of this video, it's about 1/3 of the price. So is it worth it? Is it worth the lower price for what it can do? So let's go ahead and find out. The Sound Stone itself is set up very much like an EBow. There we go. The underside of it has two rails, and there are two, I guess they're electromagnetic sensors on the bottom. I'm not exactly sure of the circuit here, but they're the exciters or exciter that makes the string vibrate just like an EBow. That's kind of what it is. So let's give it a try. Before I do that, I want to let you hear my regular, just the tone of the guitar. And as you can hear, I've got a little bit of delay because with the EBow, Sound Stone, the Joyo, Infinite Sustainer, they all benefit from having reverb or delay. So let's go ahead and try this guy out and see what we get. All right, it makes sound, and it is similar to an EBow. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and compare it to an EBow. The first thing I notice is that the EBow's signal is a lot stronger than the Sound Stone. I'm actually going to try it the other way. Maybe I'm holding it the wrong way. Oh, I was holding it the wrong way. Let's try it the other way. I'm sorry, that was unfair. Let's try it the right way. That's better. All right, for a single string, that was the B string, unwound, the tones are kind of similar. EBow's definitely stronger though. Let's try some note switching on the Sound Stone. All right, I'm going to try the same phrase on the EBow. Let's see if I can do that with the Sound Stone. So again, the field, the exciter field or magnetic field of the Sound Stone is actually quite a bit, I feel like it's quite a bit weaker versus the EBow. So, all right, that's test number one. Let me go ahead and try some string switching. I'm going to start with the EBow so you can hear what the kinds of things I normally do when I switch strings on the EBow. All right, let's try string switching on the Sound Stone. Now, that's weird. So I noticed a couple of things. One is, and I did notice this when I was practicing with the Sound Stone earlier before I shot this video, is that a lot of times you really have to strike the Sound Stone almost against the string and tap the string really hard to get it going. The other thing I've noticed is that the Sound Stone can pull the string out of tune as you're playing it. Let's try a wound string. It's really kind of weird. Not sure I like it. Hear how it goes out of tune as I press in the Sound Stone to drive the string a little harder. Not big into that. Let's try the EBow. No matter how hard I press the EBow, it does not change the pitch of the string. I can press it all the way in till the EBow begins to contact the string. Let's go ahead and try the Sound Stone on that same note. It sounds a little sick, like, I don't know, like it needs to get well again. But let's try it again. I promise you, this guitar is in tune. At least for me, it's in tune. All right, let's go ahead and try another test. With the EBow, it is possible to sweep across the strings to get some really cool sounding arpeggios. All right, let's see if the Sound Stone can do that. It's not happening, and there's a couple of reasons. One is, if you look at the two devices, let me get them in focus there, you can see that the rails on the Sound Stone are quite a bit longer than the EBow. The EBow rails are shorter, and that allows it to move more nimbly. You can turn it, twist it, glide it a lot easier than these very long rails on the Sound Stone. All right, are you guys ready for an acid test? We're going to try these two on an Ibanez short scale bass. Let's go. All right, I'm back, and here's the short scale bass. So I'm going to go ahead and try the EBow, and let's see what we get. With the EBow, it works, and it works decently, but you can tell that the heavier strings are making it a little more sluggish than it feels on a regular guitar. You guys ready for the Sound Stone? Yeah, let's try it. Here we go. Same run. Actually did a little better than I thought it would. In my earlier testing, I couldn't even get it to activate the string, so I'm kind of shocked now, pleasantly shocked. That's kind of cool. But it still feels a lot weaker than a regular EBow. All right, we've been using this device with just single note runs and single notes and just trying it out to see how it reacts to the guitar. What I want to do now is actually play some Frippertronics. I'm using my flashback triple delay with a short slap delay into a 7-second long Frippertronics style delay into that same tape delay that you've heard earlier. And it with the EBow, it will create a very nice ambient sound bed, if you will, of Frippertronics. Let's go ahead and try the Sound Stone and see what we can do here. I need to make a decision. Is this thing as good as an EBow, or does it suck? Well, it's definitely not as good as an EBow. I think this is a classic case of you get what you pay for. When you're buying something that's literally 1/3 of the cost, there are going to be some shortcuts and some compromises made to the device. And I think it's clear that on the Sound Stone, some of the compromises come in the form of the actual circuit and how strongly it can excite the strings. I think also the design. The Sound Stone is not, in my opinion, is not designed for string switching. The rails are too long and they're a little too deep, and it's very difficult to move the Sound Stone around between the strings. In addition, whatever's going on with a circuit that is causing the string to go out of tune is really unpleasant. And I think it's really nice that the EBow does not have that issue. As I demonstrated, you can push the EBow in almost all the way to the string without bending it out of tune. It really does cause the string to excite in a lateral movement rather than an up and down movement, I think. And that's part of what's going on, I think, with the Sound Stone. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not an electronics expert or anything like that. So who is the Sound Stone for? I think it's for the guitar player who just wants to have a sustained note every now and then, or perhaps every once in a blue moon wants to grab some delay pedals and create a layered, sustained set of notes. For any serious use where you're going to use it as a lead instrument, use your guitar as a lead instrument, say like you would with an EBow or something like that, it's really not going to fill the bill. I would definitely recommend that you save up your money and buy a real EBow rather than the Sound Stone. So drop a comment and let me know what you think. And I've got a 30-minute Frippertronics tutorial right here just for you. I'll see all of you over on that video.